single most beneficial boost in the Pokemon world wasn't a power-up at all? What if it's a disease? A microscopic life form that infects your team, spreads silently through your party, and changes their biology forever. And what if the game's creators have been hiding its cosmic alien origins in plain sight for over 20 years? This isn't just some playground rumor. We're talking about a canonical in-game phenomenon that is way, way rarer than finding a shiny Pokemon. It's a bizarre condition that most players will go their entire lives without ever seeing. It's a mystery that kicks off with a simple, almost unsettling message at the Pokemon Center, and it ends somewhere in the cold, dark depths of space. Today, we're not just talking about a game mechanic. We're investigating the single biggest medical mystery in the Pokemon universe: the Pokemon virus, officially known as PokéRus. For the vast majority of trainers, the first and only time they'll hear about PokéRus comes from a piece of dialogue they never expected. You walk into a Pokemon Center, just like you have 1,000 times. You ask Nurse Joy to heal your team. But this time, something's different. She hesitates. Her usual upbeat greeting is replaced by a flicker of concern. She looks at you and says, "Oh. It looks like your Pokemon may be infected with the PokéRus." Little is known about the PokéRus, except that it is a microscopic life form that attaches to Pokemon. While infected, Pokemon are said to grow exceptionally well. Think about that for a second. A microscopic life form, an infection, a virus. But instead of being a problem, Nurse Joy tells you it's a good thing. And she's right. Mechanically, PokéRus is one of the most powerful things that can happen to your Pokemon. Any Pokemon with it gains double the effort values, or EVs, from every single battle. For anyone who doesn't build competitive teams, EVs are hidden points that boost a Pokemon's stats. Its attack, defense, speed, you name it. Doubling your EV gain means your Pokemon will get stronger and faster at twice the normal rate. It is, without a doubt, a hugely beneficial disease. But the game's own authorities, the people who should know, seem completely baffled by it. Little is known, she says. That's the official story we're fed. It's a harmless, helpful virus and nobody knows where it came from. But it's the details where this story starts to fall apart. First, there's its absurd rarity. The odds of one of your Pokemon randomly contracting PokéRus after a battle are roughly 1 in 21,845. For perspective, the base odds of finding a wild shiny are about 1 in 4,096 in modern games. This isn't just rare, it's a statistical anomaly. The virus is contagious, but only for a little while. After 1 to 4 days, the Pokemon is cured and can't spread it anymore, though it keeps the stat-boosting benefits for life. You can, however, put the infection on pause by storing the contagious Pokemon in a PC box, effectively freezing the virus in time. All of these things, the extreme rarity, the suspiciously positive effects, and the official story of "we don't know," just don't add up. It feels less like a natural part of the world's ecosystem and more like something else. Something being deliberately downplayed. This is where the real investigation begins, because when the official story is this thin, you have to start looking at the clues left behind. And the first clue points straight to the stars. The official line on PokéRus is so full of holes that lore-loving fans couldn't help but start digging. They pieced together seemingly unrelated facts, connecting Pokédex entries, character dialogue, and obscure game events. And what they found were 3 huge clues that turned PokéRus from a simple mechanic into the foundation of a massive conspiracy. Our first and most important piece of evidence is the smoking gun of this entire theory, the mythical Pokémon Deoxys. Let's just look at the data. The Pokédex, our most reliable source of in-game lore, is shockingly direct about where Deoxys comes from. Its entry in Pokémon Ruby states, "The DNA of a space virus underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam and resulted in Deoxys." Other entries consistently repeat this. Deoxys isn't native to the Pokémon world. By the game's own definition, it's a mutated alien virus. The parallels are immediate. PokéRus is called a microscopic life form, and Deoxys came from a space virus. They are the only two things in the entire Pokemon canon explicitly identified as being viral. That feels like a bit too much to be a coincidence. The theory is that PokéRus is the original, unmutated version of the very same alien virus that became Deoxys. It's a microbe that hitches a ride on meteorites, and when it finds a suitable planet, it seeks out hosts. This isn't just a guess. The games add more links. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire's Delta episode, you actually fight Deoxys in outer space while riding Rayquaza. The whole plot revolves around a meteor heading for the planet, a perfect delivery system for a space virus. And Deoxys itself is obsessed with stats, just like PokéRus. Its entire gimmick is changing forms, attack, defense, and speed forms, which drastically shift its stats. PokéRus doubles EV gain, permanently boosting a Pokemon's stats. Both the virus and the Pokemon born from a virus are focused on the same thing, enhancing core stats. One is a subtle infection, the other is the explosive, living result of that infection getting zapped with a huge energy source. The evidence suggests they're two sides of the same cosmic coin. Let's just stop and question the whole idea of PokéRus. It's a virus. In our world, viruses are pathogens. They hijack cells to replicate, almost always hurting the host. And yet, in the Pokemon world, this virus is purely beneficial. It doesn't cause sickness, it doesn't drain health, and it has zero negative side effects. Instead, it seems to unlock a Pokemon's hidden potential, making it stronger. This runs so contrary to our basic understanding of virology that it begs for a better explanation. Now, real science has a concept of mutualistic viruses, where a virus and host can benefit each other. But what PokéRus does is on another level. It doesn't just help the host survive, it helps it evolve by accelerating its growth and power. This feels less like a natural disease and more like intelligent design, an engineered microbe built for one purpose: enhancement. If we follow the trail from clue number 1, that PokéRus is an alien microbe, its positive effects suddenly make a lot more sense. What if it isn't a disease at all, but a form of extraterrestrial biotechnology? A tool for seeding life on new worlds, maybe? Imagine a symbiotic organism designed to bond with native life and speed up their physical development, making them stronger and better adapted. This reframes everything. PokéRus isn't making Pokemon sick, it's upgrading them. It's a biological software update. This would explain why the Pokemon medical world knows so little. They're trying to analyze it as a disease, when it might be something far more advanced. The fact that it specifically improves a Pokemon's battle potential is also super suspicious. It doesn't just make them healthier, it makes them better fighters. Why would a random virus have such a specific, combat-focused benefit? It only makes sense if its purpose was always enhancement. If PokéRus is alien biotech, it probably wouldn't be the only sign of alien life. And when you start looking, you see it everywhere. The Pokemon world is crawling with connections to outer space. Take Clefairy, a Pokemon linked to the moon since Generation 1. Its Pokédex entries in red and blue call it shrouded in mystery, but later entries get more direct, suggesting they came from space. Then you have Elgyem and its evolution Behem. Elgyem's black version Pokédex entry says it appeared from far in the desert 50 years ago, with other entries linking it to a UFO crash site. Elgyem is literally the Roswell alien. Its name is a play on LGM for Little Green Man, and Behem is BEM for Bug-Eyed Monster. This isn't a subtle hint, it's a direct confirmation of alien Pokemon. And then you have the Ultra Beasts from Generation 7. These are beings from completely different dimensions, pulled into the Pokemon world through wormholes. While they're technically extra-dimensional, not extraterrestrial, they reinforce the idea that the Pokemon world is just one tiny piece of a much larger, stranger universe. So, where does PokéRus fit in? It's the unifying thread. Pokemon like Elgyem are isolated examples of alien life, and Ultra Beasts are temporary invaders. But PokéRus is different. It's a permanent, self-replicating piece of alien code that has been integrated into the planet's ecosystem. It's the quiet, constant proof that cosmic forces aren't just visiting the Pokemon world, They are actively shaping its biological development. This leads to the grand conspiracy. Maybe the professors and nurses aren't just ignorant of PokéRus's origins. Maybe they're hiding something. Acknowledging its true nature would mean admitting that the very strength and growth of Pokémon might not be a purely natural event. It would mean telling the world that they are all part of a galactic experiment. So let's put the pieces on the board. We have a virus of unknown origin that's almost impossibly rare. This virus only has positive effects, specifically making Pokémon stronger through battle. We have a direct line connecting this virus to Deoxys, a confirmed alien Pokémon that was literally born from a mutated space virus. And we have a world filled with other cosmic visitors, from the mysterious Clefairy to the obvious UFO-inspired Elgium. The conclusion these clues point to is wild. The grand PokéRus conspiracy is this. PokéRus is an advanced, symbiotic alien microbe designed to enhance and accelerate life on any planet it finds. It isn't a disease, it's a biological catalyst. Its existence is proof that the powers of Pokémon, their incredible abilities, their capacity for growth, are not entirely their own. They are being influenced, guided, and maybe even engineered by extraterrestrial forces. Think about it. The virus's entire function is to make Pokémon stronger and faster. It's a tool for forced evolution. Deoxys is the ultimate proof of concept. When the raw code of the virus is supercharged, it can create a being of immense power that can rewrite its own DNA for combat. The crystal on Deoxys's chest is its brain, which means the virus itself has the potential to develop consciousness. What if the entire Pokémon ecosystem is a giant laboratory? What if some ancient cosmic intelligence seeded the planet with this microbe ages ago just to see what would happen? To cultivate powerful life forms for some unknown reason? This would explain why the authorities are so quiet. It would be like modern science discovering human evolution was secretly guided by an alien program. The revelation would shatter the world's entire understanding of itself. And that brings us to the final terrifying question. Is your Pokémon's power truly its own? Is your loyal Charizard's strength really a product of your bond? Or is it just the successful activation of foreign code written billions of miles away? PokéRus is the key. It's the glitch in the matrix that exposes the whole system. For more than 2 decades, PokéRus has been seen as a lucky break for competitive players. Just an odd but useful quirk. But the evidence in the games paints a much deeper, more mysterious picture. From Nurse Joy's suspicious vagueness to the explicit alien origins of Deoxys, the clues all point to a truth hidden in plain sight, that the Pokémon world is tangled up with forces from beyond the stars. The theory holds that PokéRus isn't just a weird mechanic, but the key to Pokémon's biggest secret. A silent, microscopic witness to an alien-guided evolutionary experiment. But, of course, that's all just a theory, right? The evidence is there, the connections are strong, but the creators have left the final answer shrouded in mystery. What do you think? Is PokéRus a simple, lucky virus? Or is it the smoking gun of a cosmic conspiracy that gets to the very heart of what a Pokémon is? Let me know your own theories down in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next investigation. Until then, keep your eyes open. You never know what secrets are hiding in your own party.